Hey everybody, so fun story. Out of boredom and because quarantine caused said boredom, I thought of something one night while trying to fall asleep.
Me, 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 me. Me, me, me.
I want to build a Disney park!
And now you see why my sleep pattern's all messed up. So I figured for fun, let's make a metaphorical Disney park. I say metaphorical as in I highly doubt Disney's ever going to want to build something like this. Especially with the current climate going on, with the fact that a lot of projects keep on getting delayed. Or getting canceled. We'll probably talk more about that at the end of the year. So for this episode, let's build a Disney park! So for this episode, I'm basically stating in the idea of the Disney park, location, theme, lands, rides, attractions, and restaurants. I don't know where the bathrooms go. Don't worry, they'll be there. Hey everybody, before we continue on with this video, I should mention right now that I did not give any thought to any name of any theme park, land, ride, restaurant, whatever. I did not come up with names at all, but as you guys know me, I do not have the best track record of naming things. I mean, hence the name of the show, for crying out loud. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. We're going to start off with location and theme. The location part was a little bit tricky. Like, I'm not planning on building a wholly new original Disney park in a new location. Because, as we all know, when a new Disneyland opens, it's always the same Magic Kingdom format. You know, the castle in the middle and the surrounding lands. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been to Magic Kingdom, oh my king. If you're watching this, you've probably been to Magic Kingdom. You know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I'm basically not going with the new location, new Disney park idea. Well, new Disneyland park idea. I want to metaphorically build it in an area that kind of already has a Disney park. Now, there are a few candidates for this. There's Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, and of course Disney World. Hong Kong and Shanghai have yet to get a second park. Oh, I know, weird. All the other parks do, but Hong Kong and Shanghai don't. In Disney World, I kind of see them most likely get fifth land some of the next few decades, I guess. Come on. We're good enough with the four we got right now, unless we're automatically bored of all of it, which I highly doubt. Because let's be honest, all of Disney World's awesome. I stand corrected, but you get my drift. I do see there is a possibility of a fifth Disney park. So, basically because of that, for the heck of it, we're going to make a metaphorical fifth Disney World park. For theme, it was kind of a challenge when it came to Disney World. They can't really do Marvel due to Universal, or as I called them, the movie studio that almost destroyed movie theaters entirely. Wow, that quote did not age the best, did it? And the idea of a Disney Villains Park has been floating around for years, but I don't think that could ever work. I'm sorry. I like where you're coming from, but I don't think a fully Disney Villains Park would actually work at all. And besides, like I said, for the hell of it, because I'm not doing this for realsies, let's make the theme this.
Hey, I'm Selena Gomez from Wizards of Waverly Place, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Now I know what you're going to say. Xander, who the hell will go to a theme park based off a TV channel? Well, my answer to that is, what the heck is your excuse for this, or this, or this, or this, or even this? Clearly, if you have a brand kids recognize, they'll want to flock to it. So, why not? And yes, I'm well aware Disney channels around the world are getting the axe right now. Look, like I said before, we're not doing this for realsies. We're doing this for fun. Heck, I've said it... I don't know how many times I said it in this amount of time. I'm going to go with 6 lands in this park, with 5 lands based off of Disney Channel shows. For this, I kind of wanted to go with shows that I honestly believe are iconic and have aged the best. I mean, yes, there are shows that have aged the best and there are shows that are iconic, but... well, let's just say, as a 2000s kid, yes, I kind of did grow up a little bit with Hannah Montana, but we've seen why Miley at least decide to have a normal life on the side of being a celebrity, because we've seen what the celebrity life has done with her. Although in a weird way, Hannah Montana has found a way to age better than shaken up. As for the 5 lands based off shows, I'm going with 2 live action, 3 cartoons. For the live action, I'm going with Wizards of Waverly Place and The Sweet Life. On deck of Zach or in the hotel, it really doesn't matter. For animated, I'm going with Phineas and Ferb, Gravity Falls, and Star vs. Forces of Evil. Big City Greens and Milo Murphy's Law almost got onto the list, but I had to cut it off somewhere. For Big City Greens, I couldn't really come up with anything besides Miniland with the coffee shop and, of course, a recreation of the Green Family Farm. But it just didn't seem like enough space for it. And the only major problem with Milo Murphy's Law is Milo himself. The last thing anybody wants is Milo say in your autograph books on fire just by signing it. And I wanted to make an Owl House one, but the show is literally that new. I mean, it's already shown so much locale and promise in 1 season alone, but it's still too new for me to actually come up with any theme park land or ride. See, someone goes for Amphibia, but I could not come up with a ride for that show. I tried my best. And for the final unthemed land, it's basically going to be this version of Nevertheless unthemed land. It's going to be basically the Main Street USA of this theme park. We're calling it Downtown DC. Yes, I think you can take a while to guess what DC means. Directable cactus? What the hell is wrong with you, future me? And by the way, yes, I'm well aware that there is technically a real-life downtown DC, but there's also real-life main streets everywhere. Now let's get on to the real part of the show, the rides, attractions, and restaurants. I kind of got the most creative with this one. We're going to start off with downtown DC. First off, even though I said there was not going to be a Big City Greens land, I am not letting the big coffee shop from Big City Greens go to waste. There'll be a location as franchise from the show, but in reality it could also double as the Starbucks location for the park, because apparently we cannot go a Disney theme park without a Starbucks location. I'm not that big of a coffee drinker, so I don't know why I said it like that. Although on the bright side, if or when the Starbucks contract ends, they can swap it out for another franchise restaurant like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. There's also going to be another restaurant, and this one I am honestly still surprised Disney has not made an actual recreation of. Oh, you know, now that I think about it, put House of Mouse on Disney Plus! The idea of this House of Mouse is basically a recreation of the actual place from the show. It's also going to have a bit of meet and greet space, as you'll see characters like Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Minnie, and Daisy walking around, as well as Pluto. Because honestly, we cannot go one Disney park without Mickey. Don't believe me? Epcot tried. The idea of this restaurant is a cross between Garden Grill at Epcot or Cinderella's Royal Table in Magic Kingdom, crossing over with easily the best restaurant on Disney property, in my opinion at least, Sci-Fi Dine-In over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And yes, like Sci-Fi Dine-In, there will be a gigantic screen, but instead of showing B-movie clips, they'll be showing actual shorts made by Disney TV Animation. And yes, it's going to be a mixture of the old Mickey Mouse Works shorts, as well as the new current Mickey Mouse shorts that have been airing on Disney Channel, and of course getting the somewhat reboot coming to Disney Plus in November. But wait, there's more! They'll also be showing the shorts from Big City Greens and Amphibia, as well as the Gravity Falls shorts, and of course, because why not?
Have a seat, 'cause it's Take Two with Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, Phineas and Ferb are making a talk show.
Oh my god, Candace, shut up! As for the food there, it could be a mixture of cuisines. Like one part could be Asian inspired, one part could be Italian food, one part could be, basic American affair, like a fancy burger, I guess. And also, there'll be 2 rides for downtown DC. Well, technically it's the same ride, but hear me out. Dueling Ferris wheels. Yeah, I'm basically bringing back the idea of what Disney was gonna do for the 100 years of Magic celebration. That gigantic ear hat, but instead the ears are Ferris wheels. Yeah, I'm bringing the Ferris wheels back and making them dual. Like, one goes this way and one goes the other way. As you can tell, I'm basically just grabbing it with my fingers. And last thing in downtown DC, see Disney Channel Studios, which is basically the same as Main Street Theater over at Magic Kingdom, but instead of meeting Mickey and Tinkerbell, you get a chance to meet some of the Disney Channel characters that have yet to get lands, or aren't getting lands anytime soon. I'm basically going with the following shows right here. For Big City Greens, we're going with Remy, Tilly, and Cricket. For Kim Possible, we're bringing back the walk-around Kim and Ron characters that used to be all over the parks back in the day. We'll also see Luz, Ida, and an animatronic King from Owl House, or it could just be a normal walk-around version of King. We'll meet Anne Spriggan and audio animatronic Polly from Amphibia, and the only reason I say that is because, well, it's kind of hard. Let's be honest, it's going to be a little hard to make a costume out of this.
Stop right there! You know you can't take me!
Plus, I can imagine the Polly animatronic being somewhat similar to that old Baby Groot animatronic that used to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios a few years ago.
We can do this photo pose. You ready? Excellent, dude. Love the smile. You'll get a Groot treat. Like, wow, just hamming it up. All right, quit voguing. Come.
And lastly, because I'd rather see Disney finally give the show some representation, Wander and Sylvia from Wander Over Yonder. Now let's get on to Star Wars vs. Evil Land. We're going to start off with the ride with this one, and it's basically an odd cross between Toy Story Mania at Disney's Hollywood Studios / DCEA / Disney Sea. All those Buzz Lightyear shooter rides, which, let's be honest, you'll find in literally any Magic Kingdom park, except for Hong Kong. And speaking of Hong Kong Mystic Manor, there's going to be a little bit of Mystic Manor in there. More specifically with that final tornado saying. But that also will be trackless. But unlike the Toy Story rides, instead of the blaster or where the heck that thing is over at Toy Story Mania, I know that Toyzuka? I don't know what it is. You'll be holding a recreation of the Muni Wand while you blast away all the bad guys from the past 4 seasons of Star vs. Evil. Basically, you get, and yes, you do get to team up with Star Marco. Why'd you ask? And yes, the ride does exit out into a gift shop, but there's also a separate line where you get the chance to meet Star Marco. For restaurants, of course, we gotta have a recreation of the Briz Tacos place. It's from the show. Well, they'll be serving stuff like tacos, horchatas, which I cannot have due to my nut allergies. Don't laugh. Allergies are not funny. Burritos.
I'll never let you go, my little burrito. Burrito, burrito, burrito.
Sorry, couldn't resist. And of course, we cannot forget about You really think I was gonna forget about the triangle food? There'll also be a couple of snack carts in the land. One serving popcorn of various different flavors, and another serving street corn. It's much similar to what they serve over at DCA. And yes, I'm basically pointing out the fact that Muni has a lot of corn. For the Sweet Life, I originally went with when they were on land, so we're going back to the original Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And this one was a somewhat easy land to make because basically it is a clone of Tower of Terror. Which, let's be honest, the plot would be Zack and Cody managing to screw it up. I know it doesn't really sound that creative, but hey, I never said I was that imaginative. For Gravity Falls, well, I'm going to recommend you guys watch Dawkins' Armchair Imagineering video about making Gravity Falls theme attractions for Disney parks. I'll put a link to it in the description below, and of course in the upper right corner right now. And by now you're asking me, Xander, are you being lazy or are you being sweet on him? Lazy, maybe a little bit sweet on him? Probably. I don't know what the word is. Don't know how to respond to sweet on him part. However, in the comments of said video, I actually made this. I'm basically reading this off my phone because I'm somewhat lazy and I was too forgetful to put it in the script. But this is what I basically said. I had an idea rolling in my head of a Gravity Falls trackless ride where the ride vehicles are in the shape of the slightly modified, radio-controlled, in air quotes by the way, golf carts made by Seuss where the queue is set in the Mystery Shack Museum itself, with various screens showing the safety announcements made by Seuss called Safety Tips So We Don't Get Sued. ... Again. And the ride takes on a mystery tour that goes horribly wrong because it's Gravity Falls, where you pass by various Gravity Falls creatures in either audio animatronic versions or video representations of Dipper and Mabel. It can go either way. The ride then ends in the Mystery Shack gift shop. And sometimes I actually do wish I was an Imagineer. Yeah, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? And yes, there will be a Greasy's Diner location. Because honestly, we always wanted to try one of those coffee omelets, right? For Wizards Over the Place, there's no real, actual ride per se. But there is an actual stage show, similar to the old Jedi Training Academy shows that used to be at Disneyland and Disney World. But instead of training to become a Jedi, you train to become a Whiz-Tech Wizard. And over the PA, you'll hear David Henry as Justin Russo, who is now the headmaster of WizTech, as from the finale. So basically, this land will be continuing where Wizards Over the Place left off. Or in this case, that weird post-finale movie that was made. And as for restaurants, do I really have to say it? It's a recreation of the Waverly substation, complete with fake trains. Now, last but not least, I gotta admit, it was hard for me to come up with a good fancy verb attraction because normally they have the tendency to, when they make attractions on the show, they disappear in a matter of minutes thanks to Doofenshmirtz. But then I got an idea fairly recently thanks to a little movie on Disney Plus entitled
It's me against the universe!
While watching it, I thought, wait, this could work. Star Tours starring Phineas and Ferb. The ride is a motion simulator, imagineered by Phineas and Ferb themselves, where you basically fly throughout the galaxy, meeting all the aliens and creatures from the show and the movie, as well as a few Milo Murphy cameos. There is another ride for this land. It is a roller coaster themed by the OWCA, the Association Without a Cool Acronym. The acronym may not be cool, but it is iconic. We can't deny that, right? As for restaurants, well, yeah, we're basically gonna have a Mr. Slushy Dog location. Mr. Slushy Dog is gonna be like the Casey's Corner restaurant over at Magic Kingdom, where they basically serve hot dogs. And yes, all those crazy hot dogs as well, the corn dog nuggets, and all as well as the original traditional corn dogs. And of course, those crazy top dogs. And yes, there will be some plant-based options. Now we got the lands out of the way, let's talk about parades, nighttime shows, and daytime shows. The only idea I have for a parade is them bringing back that Disney Channel rock show. But obviously they're going to have to update it with more current shows and movies. And remember when I mentioned those dueling Ferris wheels earlier? Well, those dueling Ferris wheels I mentioned earlier are actually the park's central icon. I know, not the best idea for a central icon, I admit. But there's also a lagoon in front of it. I think you know where I'm coming from. World of Color clone, anybody? Well, it's partially World of Color, by the way. There'll be the water fountains and the water projection screens of World of Color, but with one little detail that honestly World of Color doesn't have, and that is fireworks. It's basically World of Color meets Happily Ever After. And that's pretty much what I got. I know I didn't really give out any good names, I admit. I know what you're gonna say. Xander, if you've been saying for funsies, for realsies, why do you keep on saying that? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I tried giving my ideas to Disney, but okay, let's see what this letter says. Dear Xander, while we are very, very impressed with how you came up with the whole theme park idea in quarantine, we do have to regretfully inform you that this is kind of a dumb idea even for you. But we're still very impressed. Keep up with the good armchair Imagineering work. Signed, insert Imagineer heat. Wow, I couldn't even come up with a real Imagineer name. Whatever, at least they were impressed. I'm gonna award myself a chicken nuggets. The weird thing is, I eat chicken nuggets in both victory and defeat. But tell me what you guys think. What would you put in a Disney Channel theme park? Basically, what I'm saying is, what show or movie would you make into a theme park land? Tell me in the comments below or on Twitter and Instagram at XanderDaBoss. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you real soon. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. I'm sorry it took forever to come out. In fact, this episode's been kind of in the writing stages since May. Crazy, huh? Anyway, before I go, yes, the next episode is going to be a Halloween episode before you even ask. I promise it won't come out at the end of the month like how every freaking episode has been coming out lately. I don't know why, it's just haven't been in the mood for editing lately. But then again, the past couple of months have been pretty crazy in what's already a pretty crazy year. Oh, one more thing before I go. I got a brand new commentary series out called Xander Talks Over Xander Talks Disney. By out, I mean it'll be coming out soon. Don't know why I said it like that. Honestly, this is my last time recording this outro. Anyway, it'll be out as soon as possible. It's probably a little after this video comes out. Not today, probably tomorrow, probably Friday, I don't freaking know. By now, if you're watching this like later on, it's probably already out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.